Have you ever felt emotionally exhausted from listening to a friend's struggles? You're not alone. It's fascinating how we can develop deep, empathetic connection with complete strangers, understand their pain, and in some cases even defend them. One might imagine this surge in empathy would make our world a happier place. But empathy has a dark side too. Welcome back to Human Mechanics, where we delve into the unexpected realities of empathy. Empathy has long been glorified, surrounded by a mist of positive emotions, yet it's vital to uncover and acknowledge the unfortunate truth about empathy. Too much empathy can lead to emotional exhaustion, blurred boundaries, and manipulation. Our goal here is not to demonize empathy, but rather to explore its dual nature and help people find a healthy balance, ensuring our mental and emotional well-being. For instance, consider how empathy works when you're listening to a friend's heated rant. Instead of sympathizing, you may end up seeing things from both sides due to your heightened empathy. This juggling act can leave you playing devil's advocate, disappointing your friend who may accuse you of defending the enemy. You see, being empathetic might not always be the windfall we consider it to be. Many of us have likely experienced the disheartening feeling of an empathy imbalance in a relationship. You pour your heart out empathizing with the struggles of your peers, and yet you don't get the same in return. Here's the thing, we aren't all equally empathetic. Some people are just born more empathetic or have developed this trait due to life experiences or upbringing. The scary truth is, having a naturally high level of empathy can sometimes lead to feelings of loneliness and emotional burnout. Studies suggest oxytocin and dopamine play a role in how empathetic you can be. Too much empathy can inadvertently turn you into an emotional sponge, absorbing all the negative emotions around you. The result? Emotional availability, which usually sounds like a positive thing, can also make you an easy target for manipulation. Your empathy can be exploited, causing you to be more agreeable even when it's not beneficial for you. As empathetic people, we have to realize that our emotional generosity can sometimes backfire. The rabbit hole of empathy deepens into something called vicarious trauma. It affects those who are constantly in touch with other people's traumas, such as therapists or first responders. In the age of the internet, this notion extends to anyone deeply invested in global humanitarian issues. It's a part of our human instinct to empathize with traumatic experiences. Yet constantly carrying that weight can leave us bitter, angry, and emotionally depleted. Navigating through empathy, it's clear that developing defenses and boundaries are crucial to avoid emotional exhaustion. It's about finding the balance between being a compassionate individual while also protecting ourselves from potential manipulation. On that note, how do we keep our empathy in check? A hint, it lies in building confidence. Confidence can shield us from feeling overwhelmed by negative emotions and educate us on when to draw the line. Moreover, it can encourage us to choose compassion over empathy, making us more goal-oriented rather than emotionally consumed. At the end of the day, empathy doesn't exist in isolation. It walks hand in hand with compassion, sympathy, and understanding. Being empathetic isn't inherently wrong, especially since it's not always a choice. But awareness and vigilance can help us ensure empathy isn't doing us more harm than good. After all, you don't need to feel worse to make someone feel better. Thanks for being here with us at Human Mechanics. It truly means a lot. If you found this conversation enlightening, do give us a thumbs up and consider joining us for more by subscribing. Until then, stay curious.